In the hum of a quiet garage, Charlie is deep into restoring an old plane, his birthday gift from his wife, Sarah. She's packing for a business trip to London and, ever the optimist, invites him to tag along once more. Charlie declines, weighed down by his work. Fun fact, the plane is symbolic, a freedom Charlie keeps fixing, but never flies. Soon, Charlie walks into the high-security maze of CIA headquarters. He passes every scanner he personally designed. Talk about walking through your own legacy. He finally settles into the decryption and analysis department. But peace doesn't last long. A message pings in. It's Inquilin, the enigmatic informant who's been whispering secrets to him for years. This time, the intel isn't just juicy, it's radioactive. Inquilin warns, these files could threaten the entire CIA. Charlie tries to guess their location. Istanbul? He offers. Classic spy move. Throw a location, see what sticks. No dice this time. The puzzle proves so baffling that not even Charlie, the agency's golden brain, can crack it. Not yet. After lunch, Sarah calls from London. Sweet, right? Not so much. Charlie already knew. He's been tracking her. Creepy or caring? Depends on how deep you are in the spy game. But the call ends quickly. The documents are calling. Stuck on the code, Charlie escalates. He takes his work into the restricted area, where the really serious tech lives. After a tense decoding session, the files finally spill their secrets. What he uncovers shakes him. A drone strike, camouflaged as a suicide bombing, authorized and buried deep by none other than his boss, Chief Moore. News footage rolls. 150 dead, including French special forces. This isn't just policy gone wrong. It's a war crime. At home that night, Charlie calls Sarah. No answer, just a voicemail. An eerie silence. Next morning at CIA HQ, Moore greets Charlie with a tight-lipped expression. Bad news. There's been a terrorist attack in London. Sarah is among the casualties. Charlie is floored. Instant chills. Moore cues up security footage. 4 hostiles stormed a hotel, took hostages, killed 2, including Sarah. The horror plays out in real time on the monitor. Outside Charlie's home, reporters swarm. Police hold them back. It's not just grief now, it's spectacle. A friend sneaks him inside. The next day, grief turns to suspicion. Charlie grills Moore and Supervisor Caleb. His question: how did 4 terrorists just slip through London's security net? Moore promises an investigation, but Caleb sends Charlie home. At the airport, Charlie receives Sarah's body. In her suitcase, a gift, her last. It shatters him. Back at work, Charlie dives headfirst into surveillance footage. He hacks the hotel's cameras, tracking the terrorists' every move. What he uncovers is surgical precision. The attackers scrubbed their tracks, impersonated businessmen, then blew it all up during a deal gone wrong. Sarah had tried to help the conference attendees escape. That's why they took her. Through facial recognition and biometric data, Charlie IDs them. Mishka from Moscow, ex-South African Special Forces Lawrence, mercenary Horst, and ex-Intel agent Gretchen. He confronts his superiors, but their lack of reaction confirms his worst fear. They knew. They send him to therapy. He's too smart to play that game. The next day, Charlie plants a chip in his ID badge and smuggles out classified files by digitally skimming the printer, a genius-level move. Here's a tidbit. Skimmers are often used in credit card fraud. Charlie just upgraded the scam to spy grade. He then drops the bomb, figuratively, on Moore and Caleb. Illegal ops in Syria, Yemen, and more. He sets a dead man's switch. If he doesn't input a code every 5 hours, the files go public. In return, he wants CIA training, cash, weapons, and intel on Sarah's killers. They agree. But Charlie pukes in the parking lot, proof he's not heartless. Moore doesn't buy the dead man's switch, but Caleb says, better safe than sorry. Meanwhile, they trace Charlie's skimming strategy, confirming he used a magnetic strip. but still can't figure out how he got it in or out. Then they trace him to a bar. Inside a jukebox, an ABBACD hiding a data payload. Even Cold War spies would applaud that move. Charlie begins CIA training with Colonel Henderson. He's a lousy shot, but a brilliant bomb maker. Identity training is brutal, but he passes. At night, Henderson tests him with a loaded gun. Charlie can't pull the trigger. He's not a killer, yet. Meanwhile, the team finally decrypts Charlie's CD. The dead man's switch? A bluff. They move to arrest him, but he's already escaped, thanks to a bug he hid on the files. He was listening in all along. Charlie boards a flight to London. From there, he heads to Paris to find Gretchen. After tracking her phone, he breaks into her apartment, snapping photos of her schedule, and swipes her gun. When she returns, Charlie panics and flees. He can't shoot. Not her. Not yet. But then he finds a clue: hospital visits, allergies. Next day, flowers in hand, Charlie disguises as a doctor and traps Gretchen inside an MRI chamber, filling it with pollen. As she gasps, he demands Horst's location. She resists, then fights. They crash through the room like an action scene gone feral. But before Charlie can finish the job, a car hits Gretchen outside. He's shaken, but grabs her phone and flees. Charlie moves to Marseille. The CIA finds out and starts tracking. O'Brien begins to suspect Moore is running unsanctioned ops. She's not wrong. Meanwhile, Charlie finds Mishka via hacked hotel security in Madrid. Mishka swims in a glass pool between buildings. Yup, it's real. And now dangerously cinematic. Charlie builds a device to sabotage the pool. When Mishka ignores his demands, Charlie cracks the glass. The pool bursts. Mishka is swept away and killed. Inquilin helps him escape through a maze of stairwells and hidden corridors. Back at the CIA, footage reveals Charlie isn't working alone. They trace the codename Inquilin and realize she's the widow of a dead asset who became the ghost in the machine. Charlie and Inquilin now trust each other. They sleep side by side for comfort. But the next morning, birds scream. Drones appear. The CIA has found them. They escape through a hidden tunnel, dodging bullets and agents as they flee across a beach, into a car, and eventually, only Charlie survives. Inquilin dies beside him. He kisses her goodbye before disappearing into the wind. Charlie heads to Romania to meet Lawrence, posing as an arms dealer. In a tense setup, he traps Lawrence with bombs. When Lawrence mentions Horst's Russian operations, Charlie grabs his phone and walks away. Boom, one more down. At a Russian port, Charlie tracks a boat belonging to Horst's men. He boards the yacht but is ambushed and taken captive. Horst mocks him, daring him to kill. Charlie can't. But then, twist. Charlie hijacks the yacht remotely. It sails straight into Finnish waters where Interpol arrests everyone. Cue the redemption arc. O'Brien publicly announces the arrests and the exposure of black ops. Henderson finds Charlie later and tells him he's proud. A rare moment of peace. At last, Charlie visits Sarah's grave. Then he takes the repaired plane for its first flight. The gift she gave him finally lifts off. Freedom earned, justice served. And remember, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss the next thrilling mission.